I'm not picking up any audio. You fix this. Testing. Alright, there you go. Alright, let me start back from the beginning. Apologies. Welcome to for Glory Series number 4. I'm YoshnJa, your MC and commentator for this evening's match. Co-commentating with me for this evening's match is WngMan. WngMan, would you like to say a quick hello to the viewers?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Thank you. For tonight's event, this is the first of its kind. This event is Tactics League's first ever live streamed 4v4 All-Stars match. We'll go more into the finer details of the format in a few, but I'm excited to finally showcase on the live stage. Next up, let's introduce tonight's competitors. From the spectator point of view, as a blue team, and the game host, or excuse me, as a spectator point of view on blue team, we have LastKingSaviour, and on the red team, as the game host, we have Guillotine. Both competitors have previously competed in earlier For Glory standard matches. With this match being an All-Stars 1, All-Stars has its own separate ranking for competitor points. Now, let's dive more into details about tonight's format, All-Stars. All-Stars is our unique characters-only format. It is similar to Standard in that you have the same freedom to team build within its limits. However, both players can only deploy 4 units instead of the usual 5. The All-Stars roster consists of 28 uniques, 18 from Standard, and 10 additional heroes and villains found throughout Final Fantasy Tactics story. Both players share a pool of 40 actions. Every action matters as we draw closer to the 40th mark, which will then determine the victor based on the number of units alive. There's also a 13-minute chess-like timer that runs during each of their units' turns and only pauses during an action. Once that clock reaches 0, they will have 20 seconds per turn to fully make plays, and if they don't, that unit's turn will immediately end. The loser of Game 1 will decide Game 2's map from a tailored map pool for All-Stars 4v4 format, with maps meant for smaller scale and fast-paced warfare. Alright, now, let's get this match started by first setting up Guillotine and LastKingSaviour for Game 1. I'll be right back with you all momentarily as we perform roster verification, starting with Game 1 on Mullonde Cathedral Nave. Alright, welcome. We are starting up Game 1 on Mullonde Cathedral Nave. We're watching from LastKingSaviour's viewpoint. Apologies about that. Make sure the teams are in the correct colors. So yeah, LastKingSaviour is appearing as blue and Guillotine is appearing as red. And if you all haven't watched before, it's always good to take the first minute, maybe 30 seconds of your time to take a quick glance at what your opponent is running. We kind of know ahead of time what they have in terms of community, as they're running a threat, type of deal, like things like that. So we're going to see what Guillotine's up to. Guillotine's actually going to do turn 1 Intimidate. It's going to lower Reyes' bravery down from 32 to 21, or from 32 to 11, excuse me.
No, 12.
That's right. She's 32, and she has 31 faith. That's what it was.
Oh yeah.
I might also have to turn you up if you come in low for some reason too.
No.
There you go. Much better. Alright, and Last King is going to go ahead and do a turn 1 Kiyomori, protect the shell and its units. Very important to get that buff refreshed or applied. In this case, pretty much refreshed. Alright, and shifting over down to Guillotine's Beowulf.
I'm digging the equip lunging Kashmir.
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting setup he has. Oh, so yeah, it was 31.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 31. Yeah, down to 21. Yeah.
Alright, you're good. I always get those two mixed up for some reason.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's going
all in. Yeah, so, well, sadly that chicken didn't miss, but basically the highlight what Guillotine's trying to do there, he's trying to get Reyes' bravery all the way down to 0. That's because of the Excalibur sword that she has in her offhand. What it does is it increases the damage to lower your bravery, and thanks to having the gold hairpin equipped, that also prevents her from being chickened. So that way he can safely get to 0 without her just running around the map frantically. I was also going to maximize the power of that attack. Now the attack is probably going to be, well, it is going to be pretty hard hitting as is at 12 bravery. Excuse me, at 11 bravery. Alright, looks like
P8 should be close to 700.
She's at 17 base, so yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, it's gonna...
Pretty much. Last King was trying to do a gamble, very much of a gamble teleport there. His Ashley only has 3 moves, so it's really hard to push those like spawn to spawn jumps. But if he would have succeeded, he would have been in a really, really great spot to be able to do a 4-hit Vile Scar there. Well, it wouldn't be 4, it'd be no more than 3, because Guillotine has moved his units in a different position, but still, he'd be able to get a multi-hit there. Thankfully, that wasn't the case, though. So he'll have to bide his time there, but he's going to advance his Letty all the way to the middle of the map, and he is going to try to take advantage of that AoE positioning there with Dark Whisper. Guillotine's Elmdor is not Protect Shield, so he is potentially taking the full brunt of damage if that does connect.
Probably gonna take the brunt of the hits.
Yeah, Mustard did, so good thing there. But still really solid play there by LastKing to try to just get as much AoE damage out as early as he could. Thankfully, Umbor was safe there in that case, but that's still something that Guillotine needs to consider, getting that Protect Shell up. Yeah, Mustadio definitely took a nice beating there from that Dark Whisper, but he's not going to Protect Shell. He's going to go in and try to charge up a Rousing Melody through Warsong.
He should have Protect Shell on. He had a Crystal Shield, but
yeah, am I missing something there?
or a Diamond Shield, I should
Wait,
say.
no, Diamond Shield isn't. Yeah, that's actually a gear that he shouldn't even have.
Oh, yeah, I see that now. Yeah,
Yeah.
wait a minute.
Yeah, that threw me off too because I was like, wait, that's like the same color icon. Might have to reread the pick, but that's the shield he has on, so that's what he's running with. But yeah, that shield doesn't actually get Protect Shell, so he does not have Protect Shell on his Elmdor. That's definitely something that I missed, getting his team verified there. We'll roll with it.
Yeah.
Alright, it's a good successful hit there with Guillotine's Reyes against Letty. She is definitely one shot there after the successful connection with the invisibility cloak. So that is the first kill of this game 1. Guillotine up 4-3. Alright, solid play there by Guillotine to get the disabled shot out there on LastKing's Umbor. Alright, so we're getting more successful pace there. I think that was just a refresh. Umbor had it last time. Okay, now is LastKing going to be able to make a successful teleport? Keep in mind, again, he has 3 moves, so he's not going to really be able to... He's gambling. He does land that one, however.
I mean, it's 70%.
Alright, see what happens. Sheer Glory will not connect on Beowulf, so that is a solid hit there from his Vehemence Ashley. I will down Mustadio, Guillotine's Mustadio. Currently 3-3 on both sides.
Play there.
Definitely a solid choice there. Alright, this spell will connect turn 1. That will get Eldor out of disable, and he will immediately follow up at 100 CT. Alright, let's see if LastKing can take advantage of Ashley's pretty blitz style attack there and get another KO.
Actually thinking of doing some follow-up on the Beowulf.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, I would say it's definitely the best option right now. He could also go for a Kiku. I don't think he's got enough damage output to get Beowulf down.
No. It's, Stats are respectable, but he definitely doesn't have damage push on the home door.
Yeah. Chance to Muramasa there so we get the confuse. He doesn't get it, but it will put Beowulf in critical. Still, good play there by LastKing. Maintain the aggression. Shout out to Jadgrin and YouTube. Thank you for always hanging out and watching our streams and videos. Much appreciated. It's always good to see we have people watching and checking out the content that we're putting out. So very much appreciate it. Definitely wanted to throw a little shout out there for you real quick. And Guillotine's going to follow, getting a Dispel off on Ashley, but he will shield block that. Very unfortunate play there. I think he probably should have went for the Vengeance there, honestly, or Drain. Drain would have been pretty big on Ashley, but I get it though. He's trying to get ready to re-raise. All right, and that being said, Guillotine is advancing his Elmdor to the middle of the sack. He is in Sword Spirit, which is just essentially Yido range of being able to hit both Elmdor and Ashley together.
Nothing here. Going for a Kashmir hit, potentially?
Maybe. Might be assessing that. The only issue with doing that right now, though, is, if I'm not mistaken, almost probably coming up here in the next action or two, like after Reyes.
Oh,
so
yeah.
She'll just dispel out again.
Elmdor might be pushed up too far out of range for a Dispel, though.
Well, yeah, I mean, how much move does she have?
Got 4 move.
4. So she probably can get it. I'm pretty sure this one's 4.
Okay.
But either way, still a worthwhile Kotetsu. No stop rolls in there, sadly, though. Hey, Guitar, thanks for also popping in the YouTube chat as well. Much appreciated. Alright, and Guillotine is looking at taking out the Elmdor with the Kunai Scalpor combo. And he will definitely go down there thanks to that, once again, that invisibility cloak there, always giving him 100% hit rate regardless.
Not just the time cast there, fortunately.
Right. I think it might be his best option there.
Ooh.
Did he get? Nah, his option was 1 out. Oh, he
yeah,
is.
he got it,
Okay. Yeah, it definitely looked like she was like 1 out the box. But I guess it's fine. That'll work. Alright, and with that being said, is Ashley going to roll for another Vile Scar again? Beowulf does have Shirodori, so there is a chance that it will completely whiff, but he will still take the recoil damage if it does, so I'm wondering if that's who he's going after. I would say at this point he is definitely the threat. Even with Reyes hit really hard, just being able to like strip down that re-raise, pretty much
Might
seal the
want to
deal.
go after the Reyes, actually.
You think so?
Still not enough. Yeah.
That bulk.
Yeah. Just shy, but right there.
LastKing is definitely weighing in all of his options here as we see, trying to check everything, but a lot of these unavailable physical damage will be Shirodori checked, which will reduce the hit rate down from 100 to 40%, which is most of the skills that Ashley has right now. He's not in opportune range to run Holy Sacrifice, and that wouldn't be probably ideal either, so I think I think you're right. You probably have to look at Reyes without taking the gamble.
Good. Risk it for the Elmdor. Got him.
try to risk it. And then we'll connect. Man. Guillotine is unfortunately not getting any Shiradori blocks there, and then we'll actually down the Beowulf for 2. I will say that was probably that was a good play overall for LastKing, because he didn't want to risk the recoil, even though he has regen. Still, he just didn't want to risk that extra damage on Ashley afterwards. So that was a good thing. He had enough damage on crushing blow to down Beowulf, so he went that route instead of just trying to go for the big damage there. All right, but Guillotine still has plenty of fight here. I'm wondering what he's going to be up to.
I was going to go after the Ashley. Yeah.
Looks like he's going after Ashley.
Yeah. Going for the vampire.
Oh?
And he gets it.
Connects. Wow, okay. Oh, there's his RNG.
Big swing.
That was a big swing, yeah. Yeah, that was a real big RNG play there. Yeah, so for those that aren't aware of what Vampire is, Ashley is completely out of LastKing's control at this point. Yeah, will now only do other Vampire skills, which Vampire has a 25% chance to inflict Vampire, so it's not guaranteed as it was in the original game, because that'd be pretty busted otherwise. But the main thing is that LastKing no longer has control of the Vehemist Ashley.
Now has a chance to cast Vampire on anyone else whoever is closest in range.
That's it, yeah. So he's just going to run around the map, Vampire anybody.
It counts as a KO'd unit.
Yes, and that is, honestly, I'm glad you brought that up. That is definitely, that's probably the bigger thing to weigh in on, honestly.
It does count as a KO'd unit.
Yeah. If Guillotine can just focus all of his efforts into Alma and Letty, then that should be his game. Oh, that would have been huge. Sadly, the Enticable fell on Reyes. Definitely good play there by LastKing, though. I see what you're trying to do. LastKing is kind of in a rough spot right now, especially with Reyes going right now. We know that she has a collective like 8, almost 900 points of damage combined.
900, yeah.
And it looks like Letty is definitely the target. She gets a crit hit there, and that went down her. Alright. LastKing is in trouble, even more so with Protected Shell falling off on his Alma. Alright, now Ashley is going to go ahead and look at Elmdor and go to Vampire him. Now I just want to note that Elmdor does have Vampire immunity, so if this does succeed, he will never actually get it. Shiradori works this time in his favor, so he doesn't take any damage there, so that's good. For Guillotine. Okay, so this play is really big.
Good test.
Okay, go for the spell now.
Yep. Yep. Hey, wait for the spell now? I guess not.
Turn 1. Okay, let's see what LastKing's up to. This is a pretty big play here, whatever he does. And yeah, I agree. This is definitely the right call to keep him out of KO unit.
If we get some more vampire spams.
Yep. Well, Alma, if I'm not mistaken, she is Ribbon, so you won't be able to go for the Cashmere. 2 for 1 there. It looks like he's going to go for it on Ashley. Good play there by Guillotine.
Yeah.
I dig that.
Yep. Locked out.
He is locked out, yeah. And now Reyes can, or should, focus on him. I want to burn that re-raise ahead of time. No, I don't think she's in range to get a Master Arts Revive on Beowulf or Mustadio. Oh, you might be able to actually get to Mustadio. But that's not the case. Going to keep the aggression up.
Yep. I agree. That's probably the play there.
Yeah. All right, and the re-raise will wear off on Alma, and now this is pretty huge. I don't know if.
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't know if LastKing can really pull this one off now. With Reyes having low faith, Holy's not going to do much good at all, as cast times aren't in good spot either with her being a critical and also with Last King getting ready to go again with Elmdor. I think if he casts the spell now and then run backwards, he's not committing to that. But I think if he did, he might have been able to get out of Elmdor's reach.
I think,
like if he can get back on the stage,
yeah,
like
I
where
think
the
the
throne is.
Elmdor just would have like gone ahead and paid the Ashley. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm not quite sure what Ashley's HP's at right now. I guess he gets back up regardless.
Yeah, but he doesn't have protect, so the next attack should kill him. with Venomous.
Oh yeah.
That's why. Yeah, that's why I can see like that wouldn't have mattered ultimately.
Yep.
All right, but he's in good Sword Spirit range though, which he should be doing. Going to get Alma down and
close it up. The old casting with the claw. What is he holding? Like a katana.
that was funny. All right.
That was funny.
And that will do it. Guillotine takes game 1. 2-0. Alright. And get these guys back on the mic real quick. Alright, Dubs and Guillotine, you guys there?
Yep.
Alright.
Oh, do you wanna? Should we have Guillotine fix the?
Sadly
shield?
cannot. Yep. He's locked in on gear, so he's gonna have to roll with what he's got.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll let him know at the end though that he had equipment that wasn't technically in the safe. I assume he had probably saved it somewhere, like he got from something and then just like slotted and forgot or something. They're identical looking shields. Like it threw me off too. So, but yeah, for the meantime, I'll have to roll with it just because it's what he had for roster lock. Also as well, with that being said, let me go ahead and let Guillotine know. I do got to text it to him real quick, just kind of let him know what's up. And Last King, while I'm doing that, do you want to go ahead and figure out a map you want for game 2?
Sweet.
Sounds good. And let me know what map you want to go with whenever you're ready.
Sweet. Just having a look now.
Yeah, Mom means stick it down.
Make sure you're looking through the All Stars maps.
I think so. Maybe go to the book one.
Which one?
Sorry,
Vaults.
Monastery Vaults.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let me let him know real quick.
Should be fun.
Alright, I just sent him that message. So, let me go ahead and switch to downtime for the time being, and we'll go ahead and start roster verification up in a moment. Be back with you all in about 4 to 5 minutes. We'll just go and do 5 minutes just to be safe. We are back. We are now starting game 2 on Monastery Vaults level 1. This is actually a format-specific map. This map doesn't appear in standard at all, but it's designed or picked for the 4v4 nature of All-Stars. You'll probably notice here, spawns are actually kind of close to each other, but they're separated by a bunch of bookshelves and gaps. There's a couple gaps on the second floor, and there's also a couple gaps on the first floor. Both players did make a swap, so Guillotine has swapped out his Mustadio for YoshnJa, aka All-Stars, and LastKing had swapped out his Elmdor for Reyes, aka Dakar. Alright, so Guillotine gonna make a play. First action here, he's gonna go ahead and advance his YoshnJa towards the middle and do a shout. Alright, and let's see what LastKing's Reyes is going to be up to. This Reyes actually is an Onion Knight. She's not like normal Dragonkin or anything else. She has the YoshnJa bow enchanted equipped, so she has the guaranteed weapon break as long as she can connect. She doesn't have invisibility or anything like that. She is subject to the target's evasion. But it looks like LastKing's going to go ahead and get her right on the Guillotine's side. Trying to figure out who is worthy of getting their weapon break. If he goes for Beowulf, then that will break his weapon because he doesn't have safeguard, so that would cause Spellblade to miss, or to break, but that miss will actually succeed there, so no weapon breaks just yet. I feel like this sometimes. He's going to go ahead and try to get his Reyes set up for Low Brave, but also another miss. So we're just missing it up from the start of this game here. Alright, LastKing can go ahead and ready an Aegis on his Ashley. Alright, and Ashley does have a little better odds here with Teleport, but Teleport's always a finicky thing, so even being up close just because of the spawns, you may or may not still lose to see with Telly. But if you can, though, that Wild Scar is going to be pretty mean. He does connect on that. Okay, so for Guillotine, we're definitely hoping for a prayer with Shiradori, because otherwise Elmdor is 100% dead. But, I mean, Shiradori didn't work well in game 1, so maybe LastKing will just kind of take that risk, just because he did get those connected last game.
No, cool.
Still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, he decided to roll the dice.
Rob's got 70 Brave, so odds are that Man Shield will kick in and save Roms from dying. I'm gonna go for the crushing blow on Roms. Oh, there's a crit. Roms barely survives. He gets the Man Shield though. That's the way he's saving grace for Roms. Good play there by LastKing though. He had the opportunity, but I do agree that it was probably worth going over Roms instead of trying to risk the double Shiradoris from just not doing anything and then just taking the recoil damage because of it. Yeah, but I mean,
the crushing blow was definitely the smarter play there.
Yeah. Keep in mind,
that's pretty good.
Is that Geomancy? Yeah. Keep in mind, Elmdor does not have Protect Shell. Light still, that's unprotected. 300 there versus 200 against Shell. But looks like LastKing wants to get that Ramza down for the count, so that'll be the first dead unit there for game 2. LastKing 4-3.
It's definitely be a chaotic map in the format.
Yes, yeah, especially with LastKing is trying to take advantage of the fact that Guillotine's team is slower, too, so
Yeah.
he's going to try and get multiple AoEs out before he gets a chance to really move out the way. I believe LastKing's units are kind of just averaged around 13 speed. Yeah, I mean, Ashley's 12.
Yeah, 12 or 13.
Yeah. And Guillotine's sitting about the same too, outside of Mustadia, which he does not have for this game, so.
I guess Ramza was a little bit faster. Yeah, I think he was at 14.
Ramza was at 14. Correct.
Yeah.
He probably shouldn't have moved him
Probably
up, ultimately, or maybe just kind of scoot to the side, not so much towards the middle.
Yeah.
But Guillotine does not want that Ashley moving around, which is 100% fair. And also the Aegis will not succeed because Ashley's dead. A good play there by Guillotine. Also, I didn't shout out the Elmdor immobilized disable there, so I just want to bring that up. That was also a good play by Guillotine as well to shut off the Yoichibo Reyes. And now Guillotine has pretty wide array of options here.
I'm gonna go for the stab slot.
He needs to go after Letty.
Oh.
Did something happen on your stream, or was that just me?
Yeah, no.
Oh, there it is. Good. Okay.
Back up.
Hopefully there's no game PCs from that. I've been a little bit of a vice hiccup there. But we'll see in a moment. As long as Guillotine's action goes through, then we're still in the game.
Timer's still running. That's usually a good sign. I think.
If I'm not mistaken, it's independent on the connectivity, but Guillotine might just be burning a little bit more of his clock, just trying to figure out what he wants to do. I was saying earlier, going after Letty is probably the play. I mean, honestly, just about anything he can do, disable, berserk, just getting her out of the way, because right now, if LastKing doesn't go after her, then LastKing's in a really good spot for a Dark Whisper, or any other AoE play, even Ultima. Gotta keep an eye on chat too, just in case you get any oddities. Alright, Guillotine did report that the game is down. He has lost connection, so let me go ahead and pull these guys back up. Alright, Dubs, are you there?
Yeah.
Alright, so Guillotine reported that there was a DC. One sec, let me... Okay, so we did notice that on the stream that there was a freeze on your end. I don't know if it was because you had the freeze or just something that happened in general, but that did break the connection outright. So,
did it?
Yeah, so give me a second to figure out what to do with remedying this.
Oh damn, okay, because mine's just still in the game and I'm waiting.
Yeah, so
Beowulf.
I think he's not able to actually send any, like, input any action at this point.
Oh.
One moment.
I think this counts as like.
Alright, how many units we have up?
It's 4v3? No, it's 3v3.
3v3.
Yeah. Yeah, because just the Ramza and the Ashley are down.
Yeah. Alright, so based on tournament regulations, we will need to go ahead and commence this as a draw. So, let's see. Dubs, can you go ahead and basically just restart your emulator? Or just like close it out? I'll let Guillotine know what's going on as well.
Okay, well, I'm closing it now.
All right, and for the
You
viewers
might
out there,
want to hard reset there, Dubs. Or King, sorry.
yeah, just go ahead and just close it out outright and try to get Guillotine to do the same. For the viewers out there, so what happened was there was a network disconnect somewhere in between that last action, and not sure if it was related to the freezing that we've seen or if it was just anything else that could have happened. The game can be sensitive to like network breaks like that, so either what we're going to do is, because we had a 3v3 at the end, regulations suggest that we go ahead and do a draw with it being a 3v3, so we'll go ahead and draw that match. So what that does mean, however, is we're going to go ahead and proceed to the next game. So we're going to start game 3, and that means that since the map that was selected, let me double check and make sure, I believe Mullonde Cathedral or Monastery Vaults is considered small, but let me double check that real quick. That part is really important. Alright, so since Monastery Vaults level 1 is considered a small map, that means that we'll be moving on to the game 3 medium map instead, which is Araguay Woods. Yes. So let me let Guillotine know what's going on. And to also just let everyone know, since Guillotine is up 1 in the series, if Guillotine wins this game 3, then he will proceed. If Dubs wins game 3, however, we will need to do Tiebreaker on Golgollada. So we'll definitely have to see how this plays out. So just gotta keep that in mind for you as well, Dubs. Just kind of like ahead of time, that if you do win this game 3, that you guys will both be doing a faster Tiebreaker game to resolve the match.
Wait, ass.
Alright, and now with all that being said and all that stuff, yeah, YouTubers, just letting you guys know, there was a network issue there, so we're going to go ahead and flag that game 2 as a draw, which means we'll proceed to game 3, which will be Araguay Woods. With all that stuff being said, we're going to go ahead and switch over to downtime so that we can get roster verification done for game 3. So I'll be back with you all in about 5 minutes. Alright, we are back. Apologies for the interruption there. We had some sort of network difficulty that actually canceled out the Game 2 in the series and resulting in a draw. But we are going to go ahead and proceed based on regulation to advance to Game 3. Guillotine is currently 1 up in the series, so what this does mean that is if Guillotine can take this Game 3, then he will win this match for Series 4. However, if Last King can get the debut here, then we will go into a tiebreaker for Game 4. Tiebreaker is basically Golgollada with 20 actions and a 5-minute timer between both parties, so the result of this game is definitely going to be very heavy for both players. And also, just to mention too, for this Game 3, both players have actually swapped back to their original main party of 4, so there's no reserve swaps in here this time around. So Guillotine was looking at trying to get a aim shot play there, but just decided to advance his Mustadio and then wait it out. Last King is going to do a turn 1 Kiyomori, get protect shell out of his allies. I love this soundtrack too, Guitar, and you mentioned it. And you know, being able to extend the available amount of soundtracks in the mod has been honestly one of my favorite changes. Personally, being able to go after as well. I want to throw a shout out to Sapish. It's the modder and the dev for Borderlands Tweak. He actually found the ability to extend the soundtracks that we can have for melee mode. So. Huge shout out there, because that allowed us to be able to get all these awesome soundtracks into the game that you only, I think a lot of the times you only hear them like once or twice tops.
Yeah. The soundtrack opening up in the color palette is probably two of my favorite quality of life changes.
Appreciate it. Then like jamming it up while you're trying to beat somebody's ass. Alright, so let's see what Last King's up to. Right now, both parties are pretty much neck and neck in their spawn, taking the time to kind of set up. Again, there's a lot of weight in this Game 3, as this can swing either way. You're either going to Game 4, or Guillotine is taking the crown here.
Is he gonna go for the?
I don't know. I mean, he can probably
be like a 40-50% teleport.
Yeah, but he got it.
Oh,
he got it. Yeah. So he's able to get a Valscar range on that Mustadio. This is gonna do is that. Manisha will connect, but the slow does land on Valscar. That will get Mustadio sort of CT gains there. So good swing there by Last King.
Yeah, not bad play at all.
That Mustadio is a danger, honestly, because getting the disables off can kind of, I think that definitely hurt a little bit on Last King. Thankfully, the Spellna was able to kind of counterplay that. But
still eating up actions to get rid of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely respect the Kashmir arm shot combo. Respect the status.
You don't see. I guess you would. I guess it's more like you wouldn't normally envision seeing an Elm Door A guy who's known for his katana. Honestly, he's known for the Genji gear in the game, right? Running around with the cashmere's.
Yeah. Running around with the cloth. Man.
Yeah. So he's running around with
no action.
Exactly. Normally, this guy Masamune, so it's just like, why does this guy got a cloth? What is this?
Maybe he's just like slapping him with his cloak.
Alright, so last game's gonna go ahead and advance Letty towards the middle of the map as well. I think, yep, she's in Musadia range, so Musadia's going down here. Good Tingle Vine head there for 200 damage, and Musadia drops, so that is Guillotine's first KO for this game. Excuse me, not Guillotine, LastKing's KO for this game, so that currently 4-3 LastKing. Okay. Guillotine is pushing his Protect Shellless. Oh wow. Okay. 37% it does connect, so he's got the Immobilize Disable out there. Good play there. Though. Very risky though, but sometimes risk plays.
Didn't even hesitate either.
He did.
Move in action. Didn't even look.
I'm gonna get up in there, so either I do or I don't.
And that was against who did that hit?
What's up? You said who did it hit?
Yeah.
It should have been.
Oh, the Geomancy.
Yeah, it should have been Letty. Oh yeah, that was a really weird angle. I think like the trees or something in the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually thought it hit Letty, but yeah, right, yeah, hit Elmlord instead.
All right. Get another punish on the re-raise on Ashley.
Alright, Guillotine's gonna go into Phoenix down as Mustadio. Mustadio's back up here. I didn't check the CT, but I'm assuming he's in near action. Okay, yep, pretty close. Alright, so is LastKing going to dispel the Elmdor, or is he going to go for something else, potentially Arise on Ashley? Maybe use something totally different.
Yep. You'll see like a glow on the Elmdor. I got some options.
Yeah, plenty of options here. I don't know if it's really worth going for Elmdor just yet. I mean, so if you Rise isn't good on Ashley because he's at 100 now, so they'll overflow back to 0. Maybe it is. Maybe it is wisely going to get Elmdor then. It'll be a second, but now the thing is if he does go for that, Mustadio is going to go first, right? So like, you could just simply disable, go for the arm shot, just put him out again. And honestly, keeping up that like disable play is enough pressure to just kind of backleg LastKing the entire time because he's just constantly trying to get people out of status.
Yeah, it was unfortunate that the 38 landed on King's Elmdor.
Alright, so that's what he's going to commit to. He's going to go ahead and get charge of Dispelna on the Immobilize Disabled Elmdor. And going to not move Alma to Surge CT, and shifting over now to Letty.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Letty can...
Yeah, Letty's got the play, so yeah, that's good. Yeah, he's able to at least get the Geomancy. Probably worth moving at least one up just to go for the Beowulf too.
Yeah. I was wondering if it'd be worth going for Dark Whisper, but probably not.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it. Yeah,
yeah, it's a bulky Beowulf, so probably just go for the Geomancy.
And he will have to move up at least one for that because of where Lady is currently positioned. But he doesn't have to go far. I don't think he needs to commit the movement too much. He just needs to go up one, and then we get to go. That works to get to the side as well.
See if we get a nice stop on the Beowulf.
Yep. See if we can get the stop. Does not connect the stop, but still. Good 200 instant damage there. Alright, and now we're swapping over to Guillotine's Elmdor, who has Kashmir that we all have loved to watch just go around bopping people. Let's see what's up to now. Put the Elmdor in the hole, so there's that. That was kind of a bad thing though, because Iaido has a vert of 3, so he could Elmdor from where he is, but like, I mean, not Elmdor, he could Sword Spear from where he is, but like,
Yeah.
not sure why he threw him in there necessarily. Also puts him in really bad Dark Whisper range for the next cycle for Letty. Maybe there's a method to the madness, just not seeing it just yet.
Maybe he was trying to go for a vampire play.
We can't vampire. Elmdor can't vampire.
Oh no, I
Elmdor.
said he might have forgot.
Oh. Well, that's still risky because even if he did that, like, okay, he's gonna do a rousing, all right? Yeah, because even if he went for the vampire, and if he was able to vampire, then Dispel would have just cleansed it anyways, right behind it.
Right. I imagine somebody's about to die.
Yeah, I'm not sure about Guillotine going in that, going into the hole and then going for a rousing there. I don't think he could have aimed for a Sword Spirit skill at least.
Ooh, survives.
He survived barely. But Reyes did push up, so maybe that was the play. Maybe that was the play. They didn't get it on Reyes, but he did get it on Elmdor, so at least got one. Let's see if the double. Nope.
Elmdor's only been able to haste himself out of the 2 or 3 rousings we've seen, or the 3 or 4 rousings we've seen in the games.
Yeah. He definitely put a lot more risk with it not having performing or even garmering and things like that. So
Yeah, he does get another turn again. It looks like.
looks like it.
That's pretty spicy.
Trench strat OP.
Yep. I don't think that oh, wait. I think these oh, it is. Okay.
What's that? You kind of coming in a little low. What were you saying?
Oh, I wasn't sure whose turn it was. I didn't realize it was King's Elmdor.
Alright, try to go for the Assura there. No insta KO there, but Guillotine's Reyes will proc reward. That was actually a low ball proc just because of having low brave, so GG's there. I will refresh her protect shell and region. And now we're shifting over to Guillotine's Beowulf. I do think the Guillotine needs to look at that Letty real quick before she goes as well, getting just to kind of prohibit her from doing any or hitting AoEs. Mostly Dark Whispers thing I'm looking at being a threat right now.
Yeah. Probably. Yeah. I'm assuming the Letty. Best play is the Letty go after the Reyes.
I think so.
That one-shot potential is pretty high. A lot of damage output from that Reyes.
Now she has a Minerva Bustier too, which does half dark damage, so that would be good to surviving. But she also is very much injured, so she can only take like 2 hits tops, and then she's dead.
Yeah, I got lucky with the ward proc too.
Right, yeah, if she can survive, then she get that nice fat region tick at the end.
Go for the confuse or the gamble high proc on the stone.
Thinking either Confuse, Berserk, or Disable. That's my guess. I wouldn't risk it on Stone right now, it's too... Oh no, then again, Guillotine did have, it was like 37 hits, 37% front attack, so I mean, maybe, hey, you never know.
That was just making up for all the whiffed Chiradoris from the first game. the RNG balance is there's balance back in the force now.
True. Definitely worth taking the time. Guillotine's taking his time, trying to figure out what he wants to do here. I mean, I don't blame him. It's a pretty big play, I think, at this point. Was trying to lock down the last king to be able to make anything.
Choices matter a lot more.
He's going for the break.
Gambling on the break.
And that will get parried there, so there's that.
As I was saying, this format can go very quickly, being it all uniques and also just 4-man teams versus 5.
Right.
Oh no. Oh.
I had a little bit of stream lag, but I think we're okay. Kind of keeping an eye on chat just to make sure we don't get any messages here, but I think we're fine for the time being. Is that Meteor he's looking at?
Yeah. It's been a little unfortunate the way the CT's lined up. I haven't been able to see a lot of great plays from Alma. So I guess the Dispelnas have been coming in quite clutch.
Espinal has been quite clutch indeed. CT is definitely not favorable for Last King here, as I was mentioning earlier, so trying to make the best play he can make out of what he has. I think that we had a crash there again. 1 second. What was the unit count before he closed that window out? So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2.
I think it was a tie again.
Am I missing a unit, or is it Elm Door, Beowulf? Oh, the Elm
Two
Door's
Elm
down there.
Doors.
Yeah, that's
Both
right.
Elm Doors are up. Yeah,
Yeah, you can't
one's
see
in
it.
the hole.
One's in the hole. All right, let me go ahead and unmute these guys again. 1 second. All right, Dubs, I have you unmuted, and Guillotine, I have you unmuted as well. All right, as soon as we had another crash there that time. Dubs, you there? Just to verify.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, Guillotine says something about connection might be unstable, might be mine. I'm sorry, dropped again. Yeah, it seemed more it was on his end that time because you were in the middle of trying to figure out a play. Alright, give me 1 second. One sec. Alright, so I have to flag this as draw again, which will also mean we're forced to go to game 4. It's very unfortunate we had that happen. So Guillotine suggested maybe have Dubs do a piggyback essentially, which isn't a bad idea. But the thing is I don't believe piggybacking is going to resolve the issue. If there's a hiccup somewhere, then that's kind of just it, basically. But we could try that. It may not be a bad thing. At least try to see if we can move forward.
I'm open to trying that if you think it might help.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and try that. What's your well, first things first. Guys, go ahead and reset everything if you don't mind.
Okay.
Appreciate it. And then when you get a chance, Dubs, go on and let me know what your digits are, and I'll pass to the Guillotine. And go on and set it for host.
Mine is .115. Oh, I'm sorry. On the tablet, it's
You good.
.66.
You said .66?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me.
All right. And in the meantime, audience, I'm going to go ahead and go on a brief downtime while I try to get everyone situated. So be back with you all in about 5 minutes. Right, we are back. Sorry for the technical difficulties we're having. A couple disconnects. Both players are actually in two different parts of the world, so sometimes the internet isn't kind, and there's some DCs that happen there. But hopefully we will get this situated. We are doing a tiebreaker style game here for Game 4, as the rules demand it. So basically that means that we're playing on Golgollada Gallows. The action limit is set to 20 instead of 40, and both players only have 5 minutes collectively instead of the usual 13. So they'll definitely have to be very mindful of their clock this go around, as well as ideally pushing towards just trying to get a couple units down if they can't get the full team down, because that's going to really matter in determining who wins this. Wait, you there? Speaking of which, we're gonna check in on you in a second.
I was letting you do your thing.
All good.
At least this is a nice showcase of overtime.
Say it again. What's up?
At least this is a nice showcase of overtime.
Yeah. This actually should be the first time we've ever actually had to do a tiebreaker in all the matches and competitions we've had in the past. So yeah, I mean, you're right. It's definitely a good time to actually showcase it. Sadly, that we had to get it there to this point because of what situations, but it is what it is.
Yeah. I think I've done it once, maybe twice.
A tiebreaker?
Like years ago, yeah. I want to say it was with Dr.
It had been some time ago then, probably like V3.
Oh, it was
V3-ish.
definitely a good while ago.
Yeah.
I don't know if we have a recording of it or not.
That is fair.
Unfortunately, Beowulf has not been able to land a single chicken.
Yeah, that's the third one today that's just not landed. And teleport will not land. And again, Ashley only has 3 moves, so LastKing is up in weird.
I missed how far the teleport was going for. Oh, he was
jumping across.
Yeah.
Yeah, like almost full gamble there. Just trying to see if we can hit that Reyes and Elmdor stack.
Actually, that was like a 50-50 button to be on YouTube.
Oh, Minerva negates dark. My bad. I thought it did half dark. It's half holy.
Oh, yep, that's right.
All right, let's see the RNG gods give
it.
Yeah, still going for it. Dark Whisper, just for those who aren't aware, it's a 5-hit in the random area. So far we've seen it's pretty much whiffing. It did hit Reyes, but Reyes is immune to dark. Oh, Hunter does get hit once, but he actually shield blocked. I'll commend Dubs though, or excuse me, LastKing for trying to go for that, because again, it's a little different tiebreaker plays. You're trying to cripple your opponent even more in the hesitation than before. You're trying to just get as much damage and or status out and being shortened action, the shortened timer. If the negate dark was kind of a little more aware, he probably would have gone that way, but it is what it is. He already was in position for it. Alright, 70% there will connect. There's a mobilized disabled one letting, and now Guillotine should be getting followed. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Not what I was expecting.
That was not what I was expecting either. Alright. And the Aegis will connect on Letty. Keep in mind she is still mobilized disabled, but she does have re-raise and refresh protect shell in region. And haste as well.
We see some chain disables.
Maybe. I mean, it could be Guillotine's way to victory. We are entering the, or we're pretty much on the 9th action now, so you're just going to have to kind of move along, if you will. How they're going to play. Probably need to be focusing on getting KOs here very soon. Oh, and that's another disable.
Yeah, I imagine the best game plan here for Guillotine at this point is try to have it moves and then get one unit down with the raise.
I mean, honestly, yeah. That might be indication of where he's going with this.
Could risk it for a break as well.
He could, but I don't know. His odds have been so weird this series. I'm not sure if it's worth it or not.
Yeah, fair.
Just going to go for the chicken. That was not good. Oh man. I hate to laugh about it, but it's just like, Jesus.
RNG is a fickle mistress.
Fickle indeed. Alright. Ashley, however, does land the teleport, so that puts him in a really good spot there. Now it's time to see some hostility.
Alright, see.
Oh, sure, Dory
Get
will
a mana
connect here.
shield.
You get a mana shield, but get the poison tick there. Okay. So, assuming LastKing's gonna try to focus fire from Stadio now. Gets the chance. Well, honestly, he doesn't really have much of a chance in the current cycle because his Elmdor is disabled. His Lady's also disabled. Almost should be going for Dispelna. If he can line the CT correct and Dispelna succeeds, which it looks like it can, he should be aiming to do a trying to get the Dispelna out to get a Kiku, but I'm not sure if Stadio's PP and HP, like where it stands at, is worth the play or not.
Interesting. I don't hate it.
I don't hate it either. Alright. Elmdor's turn again. Assuming Ashley's going to be in the right range of getting the cloth. Let's see if he parries it.
The cloth.
He parries it. Alright. So this is that time where Guillotine really needs to just go ahead and look at Letty now. Actually, no, it should be Ashley, but she needs to get...
just go and hit. Yep.
Yeah, she's got the Invis Cloak, so she's guaranteed the hit. First down. Guillotine's up 4-3.
This should definitely help get those cast times now.
The cast times didn't really move. Yeah, I guess everyone's CT's kind of lined back up.
Yeah.
But Mustard's still the threat, but thankfully she is running, so she's okay with not getting arm shot there. But you also got to keep in mind, Mustard does have a good relationship with gun, and he has also faith in Arcane Strength, so if LastKing moves her anywhere, like, it gets in gun range, she's dead. She should be dead.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't have the elemental boost on it, though.
On who? Stadio?
Yeah.
True. He has Arcane Strength and just the faith. So maybe it's going to be cutting it close. She's got 460.
It's close because I mean she's got Arcane Defense as well, so it's like definitely close.
Yeah. Good assessment there. He's going to be taking natural cover there and kind of keeping her away, so that's still a good play there.
Yep.
By LastKing. Alright. Let's see what Guillotine's up to. Gonna go for the stall.
Ooh.
It does connect.
Very nice.
CT0.
Yep. That is not looking good, seeing that there's only 3 more actions.
4 more. Well, yeah. 4 more here. Elmdor can't take an action either because he's still disabled.
Yep. So yeah, and I mean,
You just get Guillotine has it.
I think Guillotine just gets the last of the actions.
It looks like it, yep. So as long as Letty doesn't get the CT rollover, he should have this in the bag. So that for the re-raise what I'm looking at.
And he's just gonna
Parried.
Oh wow.
And it's so weird that like you can still magic evade even with disabled, but that's how it is.
Yep.
Even the original games like that.
That Beowulf. I don't think that Beowulf's been able to land a single sword ability.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't think he has at all.
But yeah.
Alright.
Don't need it when you have a invisible Reyes going around hitting people for 1,000 damage.
Pretty much. Yeah, and this should be looking like Guillotine's game here, as he pretty much has. I mean, he's got the 2 downs here. Musadio is poison and critical, but he does have the actions. He just needs to maintain follow-up.
Yeah. That should.
He needs to make sure he takes an action here, which he should be doing.
Hopefully, a nice vampire play here. Oh, okay.
Trojan rousing. Okay. Alright, so Mustard gets the last action, so he needs to. I mean, he just needs to make an action. Even if he misses, he has the game because he has the downs.
Looks like he's gonna do just that. You get a nice cheeky arm shot.
Yep, arm shot will connect. Mustard will go down, however. Oh, poison doesn't hit. Oh, okay. I thought the poison would take over.
Oh, yeah. No, I guess it all effects are just disabled after the last action.
Sir. Alright, 3-2. Guillotine. And that's 11 minutes and 23 seconds. Alright, let me go ahead and bring these guys back on board here. Alright, Guillotine Dubs, you guys are unmuted and undeafened. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Alright, GG's. That will be Guillotine's match overall. Apologies going through the multiple network issues there. Dubs, I know it's kind of disheartening to have to kind of go through that stuff too. Trying to make a play and then it's just like, you have to kind of move forward, but you got to go and work with what's in the rule book more or less. But I appreciate you regardless. You definitely put up a fight.
That was a good watch. Good game, guys.
Yep, definitely good series there all around. And Guillotine, he did say GG to you, Dubs, by the way, if you caught that in the message or not.
Oh. On a quick side note, looking at the end game screen with the units down, the Mustadio did count as being downed. It just didn't do the animation.
Oh, it did?
Yeah. I'm looking at it right now. Mustard is laying on the ground.
Okay. That's interesting. I have the playback in the broadcast going like right there too, so... Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he's on the floor. That's weird. Yeah, so it was a 3-2 regardless. Even with Mustard being alive on the screen, but the game still counted him as dead because he died from the poison take at the very end after he went for the disable. Okay,
Right.
Good to know. All right, but either way, GG to Guillotine, and thank you, Dubs, for putting on the match as well. I appreciate you both. And Guillotine did say sorry about the disconnects there. Sometimes like I said earlier, the internet sometimes can be a little finicky, and sadly, Word Alliance doesn't have a good means to be able to handle any kind of drop off. So, like, if there is a drop off, it kind of it for that game. Yes, that will conclude for this evening. We'll go ahead, since we are pushing time, we'll go ahead and end the stream for this evening. But thank you guys for the match, and that was our first All Stars matchup we've had live stream. So I hope that the viewers enjoyed the match as well. And we'll see you all next week for Series 5, which will be standard. You all have a good one.
Hey, sweet. Thanks, Yosh.
Appreciate you, Dubs. Thank you.